Well, it looks like, I mean, this is going to be the difference, right? We've seen the Shokakus all over the place. Now we see a fighter Lexington. And a fighter Lexington does a really good job 1v1 against fighters, has a very devastating barrage where it just... I mean, the Japanese barrages are very good because they have so many... They can just use so many before running out of ammo. Now, the Lexingtons are very, very... The one per can just take out an entire Japanese aircraft carrier's fleet. Now, of course, these carriers aren't going to let them get that close, but... The thing is, those dive bombers are the new 1,000-pound bombs and are absolutely devastating if they can land a good hit. We're talking about just those two, we're talking 15, 20,000 damage with multiple fires. If you know that a guy has launched or used his repair and then you send those in, that could potentially be a dead battleship right there. So a little bit different in gameplay. Looks like Team Special Forces has taken C and is now pushing on the B cap New Orleans. Now this is going to be the difference right here, is the New Orleans has radar. Now what kind of happened in the first game against Kantai versus OP is they held up right around this island. What didn't they have? They didn't have vision. They have a ship that has radar. This thing's going to be able to see anything from about 9 kilometers or so, no matter what, for a solid 30 seconds. That's going to give them a really, really big advantage.
Yeah, on our side here, I'm seeing APOC move up with both their destroyers to the A side here. I'm a little worried with just having 2 destroyers. I feel like 3 was a good mix in here, because as you can see, TSF has already taken 2 points basically, and I don't think APOC has a real good chance of taking A quickly. They're going to get bombarded by a lot of damage from these dive bombers. You were talking about that damage. That's enough to technically one-shot a Benson if they all land, or at least a couple land on there, and that's pretty unlikely, but pretty devastating if it did happen.
Yeah, it's very unlikely. You know, it is a bit of an RNG-based thing, and but the potential is there of landing. Let's not say a 20,000 damage hit on a destroyer, but if you can go 4,000-5,000 and then a fire, and then go and then light them on fire again, that's a lot of... It's a percentage based, you know. The damage is still the damage, but losing a quarter or a third in of a damage of a destroyer is that could lose a game for a team, you know, especially with a team only with 2 destroyers. Dropping one of them, that could be absolutely brutal.
That could be really, really painful. But they are taking 8 point back, so that at least gives them some, push here. But they're, almost 200 points down, 150 points down at this point. That's that means that APOC's got to be real aggressive, and their North Carolina has been damaged pretty badly. He's
Mega dude going down. Achilles almost taking actually a torpedo from that carrier, just barely missing the tip of his ship. And right now, if I'm TSF, we're good on life. We're holding 2 caps without being contended. We know where both our destroyers are. If
you're all invisible right now. I can't. Just a Decade popped up, but the entire TSF team is just hiding perfectly as well. They, there's nothing that APOC can do here to just deal damage to stuff. They have to move somewhere to deal damage back, and they're also still getting bombarded by, as you said, by torps, by some shells from destroyers. They are popping up now a bit as the team is moving into some aircraft support, but without again, it comes down to spotting so much in this game. If you can't see your enemy, you're going to be taking damage on there, and they're not. That sucks. That you do not want to be in that situation.
Now we get Silly Putty, one of the DDs for Team Special Forces, and if I'm Team Special Forces, I would kind of roll to the south side, mid of ACAP right now. And you have a lot of cover from the battleships. You have a lot of cover from Snoop Duck, who's just chilling right behind B, hanging on for dear life, making sure that Cap doesn't go away. Megadude continually taking damage as well. But the 2 destroyers are near A cap. And of course, apparently we got something on B cap, so they should... I was going to say, maybe go defensive. I go right offensive. I push B cap right away, pop sonar. You demolish whatever destroyers on there and just completely cripple the team. And it looks like Rescue Rabbit is going to be spotted. He's going to be taking a bunch of damage from everybody. Everyone's going to be focused on him. All the destroyers, Rhino and Silly, going to pop right out. You're going to be seeing lots of fireworks heading towards Rescue Rabbit.
Yeah.
Right now.
I really like what Kansai did when they came in here was trying to really control the B spot by laying smoke on either side of this island and really pushing up against this island. This island, as you said, can protect you so much. It's actually pretty tall, despite how it looks. It looks kind of like one of the flatter ones, but man, it can really be a big difference if you can push up against that and hold it. Though, as you said, Snoop Duck is just kind of holding in there and going to be real annoying until they can kick him out of that spot. But that's the exact thing you need to do with that island: is hold yourself in a position where pretty much you can't be hit unless the team pushes in. And right now, TSF has done a great job of holding that spot and making it really dangerous for APOC to push in here.
Now Snoop Dogg is taking actually some damage from Raython, but Snoop Dogg is doing a three-prong attack really on this spot if you really think about it. He's holding down this cap, so no matter what, even if their destroyer comes in, they're not going to be able to take it back. 2, he has radar for the situation, so if somebody is there, the DDs are ready to hop on something. He's going to be able to radar and spot him. 3, he's making B-cap, that side of B-cap, a no-fly zone. New Orleans has fantastic AA, so any planes that come relatively close, he's going to be able to chew up with relative ease. Now he's taking some damage from Moithon, who is into the Otago, and looks like he may have actually beached, or he's just kind of with his butt facing towards him. But it's kind of a little duel between Raython and Snoop Duck right now. We'll kind of find out what happens to these guys. But there we go. B cap is starting to get taken again, and Snoop Duck just saying, "Nope, this is my cap. You can try your best, but you're not going to get it."
Got some AP coming in, and
over the island,
just wrecking him with a couple shots there. I mean, that's the damage that Amagi can bring out just when it feels like it. It's and now, I mean, they're down a lot of points still, but with that kill, they're a lot closer, and they're definitely going to be able to cap B, and that puts a lot of favor back in to APOC here. I think I said if they can push into this B cap and do a lot what Kantai did with the, they had those battleships right there. If they can just push in, hold it, keep off Rhino, who's coming in as well, and that Benson. The Rhino Mark II is going to also be real annoying, but he didn't get there in time to stop the team, which I think is what he was trying to do. He wanted to get into that cap before they capped it, right? So he could sit in that little corner and just be annoying as all hell.
Now, Rhino's trying to come in and now take out the cap. This little cutout right here is really making B cap. It is too late, but he is stopping the points at least, and he didn't take it back. But I can't believe that shot on that New Orleans. I didn't think they had it, and
yeah, wow, that was a lot of damage. And now this Benson's going down.
Down goes Silly Putty. Candy Amstek gets some decent damage in the middle as well.
2-1-2 for destroyers now is huge. That's that really equalizes this game in APOC's favor in a lot of ways. Maybe even putting them in the advantage at this point, because I mean, unless TSF does something strong here, like APOC has this at this point. Now they do have to hold it for a while.
Down goes Candy Ams.
Ooh, ouch.
And Megadude, he was their main first target, and Cadis is absolutely broadside, the lone wolf against all these guys. Decape is putting the shots down.
But he's such on the other side. You're talking about flanking last game, or maybe, sorry, 2 games ago. And this is the exact problem, right? Like, now you're flanked. You can't split your firepower as much, and you really have to pick and choose who you're going to attack. And an Amagi bearing down on your broadside is not something you could ignore. So you have to dedicate at least one ship to go that way, which now you're pulling out a third of your firepower. That's this puts TSF in a pretty bad spot, and you can see those battleships are taking damage.
Now they have completely they've had to rotate now because they have this force that's now pushing up. They can't let them just stay broadside. And if you look behind Deckgate, there's 2 Otagos right there. 2 Otagos can be absolutely devastating. Tesla's going to try to do what they can. A432 is taking some big damage from the Otagos, and these guys are going to be able to put on some damage, potentially just murder their carrier. Down he goes, and APOC is in the complete, just like that, Tesla Chicken. Their lone cruiser that's left is down. Lexington's on fire. Deckgate doesn't know what to do. He's trying to figure out where to shoot on this guy. They still have to deal with this Amagi in front of them, and they have planes coming for him.
Yeah, Lexington's about to go down now. Like he's done. Like he's totally out of this. Which having your carrier down is just devastating. 5 minutes ago I would have said, hey, TSF looking pretty good, not so bad. TSF is in a real hard spot right now.
And still, the thing they need This is the kind of thing that happened with OP. If you look at the minimap right now, they are being attacked from 3 different sides, and this is what happened. And Mega Dude takes down another guy. Kedis made this push and made them rotate.
Mega Dude.
I mean, Mega Dude, isn't he supposed to be dead? Dude, wasn't he going down right at the start?
Yeah, I thought that was the first guy who was like, oh well, that guy's taking damage. But again, you leave battleships alone, they heal up enough, and then they become huge threats. And now Decade. I mean, like, what is that guy gonna do? He's at 3K hit points. He's getting bombarded from 2 Atagos and a Magi. What is he not getting hit by?
Decade goes down. You're completely surrounded. Nirman just saying, hey, I want to take out one dude. Let's fight. Put him up. Fisticuffs. Let's go, bros. He's completely surrounded. Team Special Forces is just out of resources. They have both the destroyers too, but they are down a CV. They only have 1 battleship left. He's completely broadside to 2 guys, and he's pushing into another guy. This is looking like a pretty solid win here for APOC to get their first win against Team Special Forces in this semifinals game. It's not over, but it's not looking very good for Team Special Forces.
Yeah, I mean, especially with this other Benson who just took a ton of damage. I mean, I don't see how how TSF can take this back. Even with some miracles, they're real far behind here. So I think it's over at this point, unfortunately. But I mean, just great game from APOC, man.
Failed ram, maybe? Just a missed shot? Turrets only turn so fast. And really good push on those guys, on both the cruisers on CCAP as well. We got them, and in Kedis' push, the pseudo flank, which it wasn't a very sneaky push because it's a giant battleship, and down goes Rhino, one of their last destroyers, and Nirmand as well, and down goes Achilles, their last, so Nirmand's hanging out with about 3k life left, 2k life, and down it goes, ticks about 1,000. There we go, convincing win by ACOP. Team Special Forces drops the first one, so APOC goes up 1-0 over Team Special Forces.